Former President Trump is under fire from both sides of the aisle now after he hosted a dinner at Mar-a-Lago with Kanye West and an infamous Holocaust denier. Now Trump is responding. ABC News Chief Washington correspondent John Carl has more.
Even for Donald Trump, this was outrageous. He dined at Mar-a-Lago with Kanye West, who has been widely condemned for a recent string of blatantly anti-Semitic statements. And as if that were not enough, Kanye West brought along with him to the dinner a white supremacist named Nick Fuentes, somebody who has been banned by virtually every social media platform for hate speech.
Former President Donald Trump spent his Thanksgiving holiday rolling out the swastika carpet for two of America's most notorious anti-Semites, nutcase rapper Kanye West and pint-sized Nazi Nick Fuentes. But the outrage has not been equal, with many Republicans either minimizing Trump's involvement or ignoring the situation entirely. Republican Congressman James Comer has some thoughts about why.
Well, obviously I condemn it, and I can shed some light on why Republicans don't immediately respond to many in the media every time they're offended by something Trump does, is because a lot of Republicans believe there's a double standard in the media. We've seen things that Ilhan Omar has said. We don't get asked if we condemn that by the mainstream media. So I believe that's one reason Republicans haven't responded.
Yes, Republicans simply can't condemn a former president chowing down with a Christian nationalist anti-Semite because something about Ilhan Omar? If that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry. It doesn't to Comer either. He's just desperate to change the subject from the GOP's open embrace of neo-Nazis. But eventually Comer does get around to answering the question at hand.
It was a meeting he never should have had. And I don't know what else you can say about it. That's an issue that I think will probably be something that the president will have to talk about as the presidential primaries begin and really get revved up.
Man, let me tell you, it is so unfair of the media to put Comer and the GOP in this position. I mean, what is the world coming to when the unchallenged leader of the Republican Party can't even enjoy dinner with two vocal anti-Semites? What's next? Are we banning Republicans from wearing their hoods to church? But Comer makes an interesting point when he says he just doesn't know what else you can say about this. That's because for years, our media has allowed the white supremacists to take over the Republican Party without ever demanding Republicans be held accountable for it. For many Republican lawmakers, this outrage is the first time they've ever been asked why neo-Nazis like Nick Fuentes feel so safe in the GOP. But not every member of Congress is struggling for words. Here's Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer expressing himself fully and clearly.
For a former president to sit down and have dinner with a high-profile anti-Semite is disgusting and dangerous. To give an anti-Semite even the smallest platform, much less an audience over dinner, is pure evil. Even assuming the former president didn't realize Mr. Fuentes was coming to Mar-a-Lago, for him to refuse to condemn Fuentes and his bigoted words after the dinner is appalling and it is dangerous.
And Schumer wasn't alone. Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy tweeted that hosting racist anti-Semites for dinner encourages other racist anti-Semites. Which, yeah, I'm glad you're finally figuring that out, Bill. Cassidy went on to say that this is not the Republican Party. But I'll tell you what, Bill, it sure looks a whole lot like the leader of the GOP is refusing to condemn a single one of Nick Fuentes' crazy beliefs. And there must be an opportunity in the air because even former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie crawled out from under his rock to take a shot at Trump. Christie told the New York Times that Trump's dinner with Fuentes was just another example of his bad judgment. Even Trump's bankruptcy lawyer posted a tweet begging Trump to kick Fuentes out of his life. Some in the media have started calling Fuentes a far-right activist, or even a conservative agitator. But let's lay out what Fuentes really thinks. He believes in the Great Replacement theory that says non-whites are replacing white Americans in what is also known as the white genocide. He said the Holocaust was a hoax. He supported the January 6th insurrection and urged white Americans to reassert their, quote, dominance over non-whites. Now, I've dismantled some of Nick Fuentes' insane talking points on this program before, and I will not be airing any of his content again. But old Nicky Fuentes has apparently gotten deep into Kanye West's head. West is not only letting Fuentes tweet from his account, he's also touting Fuentes as one of Trump's most loyal supporters, even though the GOP would really like him to shut up about that. Watch this.
I think the thing that Trump was most perturbed about, me asking him to be my vice president, I think that was like lower on the list of things that caught him off guard. It was the fact that I walked in with intelligence. So Trump is really impressed with Nick Fuentes. And Nick Fuentes, unlike so many of the lawyers and so many people that he was left with on his 2020 campaign, he's actually a loyalist. When he didn't know what the lawyers is, you'll still have your lawyer list.
And Trump, for his part, isn't mad that he had dinner with two anti-Semites. No, he's mad that all of you are mad. According to sources close to the former president, he is fuming that the Republican Party isn't doing a better job of defending him from criticism. In Trump's mind, people like Fuentes are the future of the party, and his GOP should stand behind their loyal soldiers. Oh, and he's done with Kanye West, too. Despite what Republicans want to think, this is more than just a 2024 political problem. Trump's meeting with West and Fuentes is the latest reminder that the modern GOP is an unapologetically fascist party, one where white supremacy and Christian nationalism aren't just fringe elements, they're the entire show. And if you want to get through the door at Mar-a-Lago, being a white supremacist is probably your best bet. We are watching the GOP's white nationalist rebirth, one awkward dinner party at a time, and we simply can't trust Republican lawmakers to police their own party. As always, it will fall to the voters to reject Trumpism and all of the neo-Nazi garbage it carries with it. Otherwise, it's all of our necks on the line. If you made it to the end, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and consider subscribing. And leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.